Happy Friday. In fact, if you stand on your tiptoes, you can see the weekend from here. It is the 4th day of December 2020. Wake up, Wenatchee Valley. We're back. I am Dan Kuntz. Jam-packed show for you. This scenario happens occasionally. We have 5 pounds worth of programming in a 4-pound bag to put it in, but we're going to do our very best. The air stagnation advisory continues. Goes all the way through till 10 o'clock on Tuesday morning. A few folks up in the Okanagan Valley. The Washington State Department of Ecology has now issued a burn ban, a stage 1 burn ban for the Okanagan Valley. That means no outdoor burning allowed, be it residential or agricultural orchards, things like that. And you better have a certified wood stove. It's not a bad idea to keep the pollutants from getting up in the air. The exception, of course, if you have an uncertified wood stove, but it's your only source of heat, you can allow that. And you'll need the heat. It's cold. It's 21 degrees outside of our studios. As you can see behind me, you can see that low clouds and fog, which is going to become more and more prevalent. We'll have one more day of some sunshine, and then the clouds are really going to start taking over because the patchy freezing fog and low clouds aren't going to burn off as much as the days get shorter and shorter. So, yeah, kind of a cloudy, foggy, cold weekend coming our way. And a quick heads up, if you're driving on I-90 out in the Moses Lake area, anywhere basically from Ritzville to Vantage, I know that's a long stretch of roadway, you can't see where you're going. I just looked at the camera on Dotson Road near Moses Lake, and you can't see anything. There is an extremely dense fog out there. We'll talk about that in just a couple of minutes. We got news, some more sobering COVID news out of Grant County to get to. Sports, we'll preview the Seahawks, the Huskies, and the Cougars, plus our weekend sports action here on the NCW Life Channel. We'll have the obscure holiday today in history, some celebrity birthdays. Everybody's entitled to Mike McNaughty's opinion. And it's Festival of Trees time again. The Numerica Festival of Trees is going on right now. Everything is virtual. All of it benefits the Numerica Performing Arts Center. And we had a chance to sit down with the coordinator of this year's Festival of Trees, Allie Jordan, and we'll talk to Allie via Skype in the back half of the program. Let's get moving. Let's see what we got. And again, look at that low-hanging clouds and fog. Always prevalent in those narrow little valleys and in large bodies of water. And this is indicative of what's coming our way. It's actually not bad right now, although, again, quite cold. But that strong high-pressure ridge is just sitting there, not really moving much, and it just kind of shifts around a little bit here and there. There's no significant Pacific weather storms to knock it out of position, so it's just going to be, we're going to go from fairly sunny skies to kind of gray skies, if you will, in most of our viewing area as we look at the Wenatchee Valley from the cross camera. Sun's not up yet. Won't come up till 7:32. Sunset tonight, 4:11, 8 hours and 39 minutes of daylight. Camera 2, Megan's Choice. Good morning, Kashmir, from our Apple Annie's camera. Beautiful view. Good to see you, Kashmir. Always. I haven't been to Kashmir. When was the last time I went to Kashmir? I went and ate one of those taco stands there a few months ago. That's the last. I got to get back out to Kashmir and say hi to my friends there. Good morning, Kashmir. This is from what we call the Apple Annie's camera. It's on that high ridge above the Apple Annie's Antique Mall over, and it's a beautiful view overlooking the Kashmir area. Camera number 3. Of course, all of these cameras, courtesy of Localtel Sky-Fi. That looks like McNeil Canyon to me, Megan. And it is. So the Chelan Butte is to your left and off into the distance. You can make out Lake Chelan if you squint. If you squint really hard, you can probably see a deer or two. And they found Silver, the missing horse, which went running around the Chelan area. We'll talk about that when we get to news. That's from the top of McNeil Canyon. Looks pretty clear there. And of course, it's higher elevation. But again, even the Chelan area is going to start dealing with thicker and thicker fog and low clouds as the weather forecast is predicting. And camera number 4. Billy Goat. Hi, Billy Goat. Look at you can see the low clouds and fog hanging over the Brewster area and around back towards the Bridgeport Bar. And of course, a lot of the people who live up there have wood burning stoves. But again, there is a stage 1 burn ban in Okanagan Valley. And it is not quite in the Brewster area. They're saying specifically Riverside, Omak, Okanagan. So farther to the north is where they're going to have that burn ban in effect. And this is from the Department of Ecology. So no outdoor burning, period. That includes orchards and residential burning. And you can burn on your inside fireplace if it's your only source of heat. All right, so there you go. Nice views. Good morning, Billy Goat. Stunning. Fog advisory for Moses Lake. Wow, it's just, I hate driving in the fog because you can't see where you're going. And out right now in the Moses Lake, Ritzville area, you can't see where you're going. Some pockets are okay, and you'll be driving right along, and then boom, fog bank. And visibility goes from unlimited to like just beyond the hood of your car, which makes for some very white-knuckle driving. And it's going to stay this way for most of the morning. It's really thick at Moses Lake. Also, we're told there's pockets of it in the Vantage area as you start climbing down towards the Columbia River. So it's kind of hit and miss, but it's basically all the way from Vantage all the way to Ritzville. We're going to run into some dense fog. Also, extremely poor visibility on the Menashtash Ridge and down to the Tri-Cities. They're socked in with fog pretty good. So fog advisory, dense fog this morning in the Moses Lake area and in other places as well on this Friday morning. So heads up there. All right. From the National Weather Service, we've been doing this for ever, it seems like, and we're doing it again. Again, the air stagnation advisory continues until Tuesday. Today's going to be it for the sunshine. Yep, high of about 38 degrees, 29 for the overnight low. It's 21 right now. It's cold. I don't know if we're going to get to that 38. We hit 35 yesterday, but we did have a few more clouds, and that is exactly normal for this time of the year. And then the air stagnation advisory, which is all the way through Tuesday, really going to make itself felt with this strong high pressure. There's no mixing at all of the air. So there you go. Cloudy and foggy on Saturday, cloudy and foggy on Sunday. The sun will not be high enough in the sky or strong enough to burn off the clouds and the fog. Monday, maybe a few sun breaks. Things can start changing perhaps on Tuesday. There's an approaching weather system which could bring all kinds of different stuff, but it's a little bit too far into the future for them to be predicting. But they're saying now, if things pan out, Tuesday could be interesting. Could get some snow, could get some rain, could get some freezing rain. It's all possible, but it's just too far out in the forecast for the computer models to come into agreement on that. So today's sunshine after the clouds and fog burn off, but it ain't going to be burning off on Saturday and Sunday and for most of Monday and Tuesday. And the air is going to get dirtier, although right now in the Wenatchee Valley it isn't bad. To the pass as we go. Speaking of not too bad, I-90 you're fine. No advisories, no restrictions. Roadway is bare and dry. Stevens still has a traction tire advisory, even though it hasn't snowed up on Stevens Pass for a couple of days. Just to the very summit of Stevens is where you're going to run into some compact snow and frost. So that's when you back off the accelerator. You'll get through just fine. But they still have a traction tire advisory on Stevens Pass. On Blue, it's fine. Roadway is bare and dry, some frost and ice in places. Zero snow, none in the forecast for the mountain passes all the way into the middle of next week. So they're going to have a long dry period just like we are, and they're going to have a lot more sunshine because they're going to be up above the low clouds and the fog. So there you go. At your weather forecast, at your pass report, it's foggy in Moses Lake. It's 8 minutes after the hour everywhere. In this time zone, we'll take a break and come back with your news. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on the NCW Life channel.
My name is Lacey Haggerty, and I am a nurse midwife with Columbia Valley Community Health. I love all aspects of my job because it is a profession that's very committed to empowering women to make decisions in their health care that feel best for them. It's incredibly valuable to me as a midwife that I get to take care of women throughout their whole lifespan. I hope to see you at a future visit because I know you'll love having midwifery care.
Discover the magic of the holidays in iconic Lake Chelan. Enjoy wintry wine tastings, head outdoors to ski, hike, or just have fun. Come experience the breathtaking light displays. Celebrate the season with neighborhood Santa parades, or find just the right thing in our local boutiques. Your family is invited to join in our family traditions. Shop local, buy local, play local. Learn more at smalltownholidays.com.
It's chilly. It's only 21 degrees outside of our studios. The low clouds and fog, not very prevalent. Whatever we have will be lasting very long. We'll see highs in the 30s, and then the clouds and the fog are going to get the upper end of the deal through the weekend. Air stagnation advisory continues till Tuesday morning at 10 a.m. And here are your headlines. The Grant County Health District announced 10 new confirmed deaths from COVID-19. They announced this yesterday, and an additional 81 new cases of COVID-19. 7 of the 10 new deaths were residents of long-term facilities in Moses Lake and in Soap Lake. Now, the additional deaths announced yesterday brings the total number of COVID-19 deaths in Grant County to 54. Now, investigators with the health district say employees at a long-term care facility tested positive for COVID-19 after attending a large wedding reception in Ritzville back on November 16th. COVID-19 transmission in the Wenatchee Valley, of course, remains high, 906 cases per 100,000. But the drive to return school kids to in-person classes goes on. Kashmir schools began half-day in-person instruction on Monday. The Wenatchee School Board met last night to determine whether to reintroduce third-grade students to classrooms on a limited basis. Lake Chelan schools will return 7th and 8th grade students to cohort classes. That starts on Monday, and high school students will rejoin them on December 14th. Those districts say students are struggling with remote learning, and many seniors may not qualify to graduate come spring. Other districts are waiting for the COVID-19 situation to improve. That includes Eastmont schools. They're already teaching kids up to 4th grade in person, but they have not set a date yet to bring back higher grade levels. Neither does the Cascade School District in Leavenworth. The city of East Wenatchee struck a deal on Tuesday with the Chelan County Jail. They're going to continue housing suspects who are arrested in East Wenatchee. East Wenatchee has to pay $456,000 for next year, the first year of the 3-year contract. A 5% increase will happen each year in 2022 and 2023. It's overall a 17% initial increase in costs to East Wenatchee, but the only alternative would be for East Wenatchee police to transport arrested suspects all the way to the Okanagan County Jail. Ridership on Link Transit is down about 60 to 65% from pre-COVID-19 days, which General Manager Richard DeRock says is an improvement over the early days of the pandemic. Richard was on my show earlier this week, and he told me that operating under COVID-19 rules and restrictions has been a challenge for Link Transit.
Transit ridership has dropped dramatically in the post-COVID world. Nationwide ridership's down 75 to 80% from what it was after the shutdown. Ridership fell March 18th by close to 75 to 80% here. It's recovered. We're about 60% of where we were, 65% now where we were pre-COVID. But even at that, we have capacity limits. Under the governor's order and under the CDC regulations, we're not allowed to have more than 12 people on a 40-foot bus. We can't have more than 10 on our electric buses. We can't have more than 5 on our cutaways, our van front style vehicles. And what that's meant is we've had to put larger vehicles on our routes that don't carry a lot of people. We've had to put extra buses on our busy routes in order to keep the capacities at what is allowed out there. Even though our ridership is down, we have to operate more service in order to keep people safe.
Speaking of Link Transit, a woman who stole and then crashed a Link Transit bus in downtown Wenatchee a couple of months ago was sentenced Wednesday to 4 months in jail. 33-year-old Megan Rebecca Beam, originally from Baker City, Oregon, pled guilty in Chelan County Superior Court to charges of taking a motor vehicle and reckless endangerment. Back on October 10th, she entered a parked Link Transit bus on South Wenatchee Avenue, drove it a few blocks around the area of Columbia Station, and then jumped out of it while it rolled into 2 parked cars on Yakima Street. This is Beam's second crime involving a vehicle she took without permission. Back in March, she fled from 4 police agencies in this cross-valley chase, driving a vehicle that was taken from Burlington Northern Santa Fe Railway. She was sentenced to 3 months in jail after that arrest. Some Republican state lawmakers are pushing back against COVID-19 restrictions on fitness centers and on youth sports. 12th District Senator Brad Hawkins of East Wenatchee and 13th District Senator Judy Warnick of Moses Lake, they were among 11 signatories to a letter last week asking the governor to scale back his pandemic rules, which have closed gyms and stopped all prep and junior sporting events in our state. The letter says, in part, and I'm quoting now, sports play a vital role in the mental and physical health of Washington residents, especially our youth. Well, persistence paid off this week after a horse had been missing in the Chelan area for 10 days was found Tuesday deep in the hillside surrounding Chelan. Searchers from Mansfield on horseback spotted 25-year-old Silver near Brownfield Canyon, just north of the city. The horse had run into the hills after tossing a young rider. from his back. Search parties were organized involving a plane, drones, horseback riders, four-wheelers, hikers. Silver, who still had his saddle on his back, was reported to be in good shape after his journey. Big Bend Community College's Aviation, Maintenance, Technology, and Commercial Pilot Programs received a $50,000 gift this week from Boeing. It was part of a $10 million given by Boeing in charitable grants to 95 nonprofit organizations. The grants focus specifically on education and workforce development, military and veterans, the environment, and racial equity. Boeing has conducted flight training and testing in Moses Lake for a long time now. Big Bend says the grant will be used to purchase equipment and support student scholarships. The college received an earlier $100,000 gift from Boeing last fall. And finally, the U.S. Forest Service says, hey, it's got the best deals on Christmas trees. All you got to do is get a permit, drive to a federal forest, and cut your own tree down. Former Forest Service forester and current master gardener Connie Memhill explains the best way to go about cutting your Christmas tree.
About 400,000 households go to the national forests every year to cut their Christmas trees from the wild. And if you don't demand perfection, it's the best deal in town. For $5, you can get a permit to cut a tree from your national forest. You can get those permits from a vendor, or the more convenient option is you can go online and print out a permit, and this you will just put on your dashboard with the date that you cut your tree. You can cut a tree up to 15 feet high, like this beautiful Douglas fir that's behind me. But how is it that you could cut that tree in November and still have needles on it for Christmas? Well, the answer is, once winter temperatures reach the national forest, the tree's photosynthesis starts to slow down. As it freezes at night, it slows down more and more. And once the temperature at night gets below about 20 degrees, photosynthesis stops, and it won't start again until spring. So you can cut that tree and take it home, and until you're ready to put it up, leave it outside, out of the sun, in some kind of sheltered place. Maybe you have an unheated garage or a shed where you can put it. And then when you're ready to bring it into your house, make a fresh cut on the base and bring it in, put it in your stand, and that stand needs to hold at least a gallon of water, because once that tree thinks it's spring again, it's going to start using a lot of water. It's surprising how much it will drink in a day. So be ready to give it a gallon of water and water it every day for at least the first week until that all has stabilized. So enjoy your tree and enjoy your adventure in the National Forest, and happy holidays.
A little shop talk for you. As you all know, the NCW Life Channel is teamed up with all kinds of different sponsors and all kinds of different nonprofits for the Les Schwab Community Toy Drive. It's the fourth big year of that drive and our involvement. And they're going to have another donation drive. It's going to happen at Hooked on Toys this afternoon from 4 to 6. Hooked on Toys this afternoon from 4 to 6. Again, you can donate a new unwrapped toy to kids who need them in the Valley, and you can drop them off at any of the sponsor locations, but Hooked on Toys is one-stop shopping is the way to go, so we invite you to drop by and see the crew between 4 and 6 for the Les Schwab Community Toy Drive. You want to drop us a note? You got a news tip? You can pick up the telephone and give us a call during regular office hours. You can go to our Facebook page and drop us a note there via our Facebook page and all that other good stuff as well. What are some of the stories we're working on tonight with the preview? Here's our good friend Jefferson Robbins.
Hello, Dan. It's nice to be with you on this Friday morning. Jefferson Robbins here behind the protective mask. I'll be along at 5, 6, and 10 tonight to close out your week with the NCW Life Evening News. We'll let you know how the Wenatchee Valley is coping with the pandemic, including a statewide assessment of how this long, slow crisis is affecting our behavioral well-being, not just our physical health. That's the NCW Life Evening News at 5, 6, and 10 this evening. I'll see you then, Dan. Don't forget your mask.
I do not, Jefferson. I appreciate it. Coming up, we got sports, the obscure holiday, today in history, some celebrity birthdays. Everybody's entitled to my Benardi's opinion, and my conversation with Allie Jordan for the Numerica Performing Arts Center Festival of Trees. It's going on right now. It's all virtual. We'll let you know how you can pick up some really cool stuff. All right, it's all coming up. But first, a word from Alignment Pros and Express Lube in East Wenatchee. Alignments, brakes, oil changes. You can check out alignpros.com for special offers, and also our friends at Blue Lagoon Pool and Spa. Great service with a personal touch. That's bluelagoon.com. Pool and Spa's commitment.
You don't want to see this happen. It's the oil light on your car. Oil is the lube of life for your car's engine. At Alignment Pros and Express Lube, they pour the best oil your car deserves. Expect fast, friendly, superior service in a clean environment. They'll change your oil and perform a 21-point inspection while you enjoy the comfort of their amazing waiting room. Keep your car in top shape at Alignment Pros and Express Lube in East Wenatchee.
Winter is a great time to trade in your current hot tub. Turn your old hot tub into money with Blue Lagoon Pool and Spa's trade-in program. You can save $500 to $1,000 off of any new artesian spa or take advantage of a free Bluetooth music experience. Blue Lagoon Pool and Spa recommends draining your hot tub every 3 months. Ask us about our drain and refill special. Stop on by Blue Lagoon Pool and Spa today.
"21 minutes after the hour on a chilly Friday morning. Let's talk sports. Wide receiver Josh Gordon has been conditionally reinstated by the NFL for the final 2 weeks of the regular season. He'll begin COVID-19 testing today. And if he passes clean, tests negative, he might join the Seahawks on December 9th. Gordon was suspended by the NFL nearly a year ago for violating the league's policies on performance-enhancing substances and substances of abuse. It was his sixth suspension since 2013 and his fifth for some form of substance abuse. Now, Russell Wilson says he hopes Josh has taken the steps needed to improve as a person and not just as a player.
Well, I literally was just told that. We just got done with walkthrough, but I think the thing with Josh is that he's an amazing receiver, a guy who was great last year for us, made some great plays. And obviously he's been a great player over his years, and all that. But I think more than anything else is it's a testament, hopefully, to just his growth, in life. You always want to see people, overcome and overcome challenges and everything else. So,
offensive coordinator Brian Schottenheimer says Gordon could be another tool in the tool chest for the Seahawks offense.
Well, number one, I'm thrilled he's back. I can't wait to see him. I can't wait to catch up once he gets through all the protocols and everything. He was an unbelievable pro, Curtis. I mean, just the way he worked. He's got some stuff that he's got to do to catch up and get up to speed with the things we're doing. I don't think that will be any problem. As confident of a catcher as there is in the NFL, his hands and his ability to make plays in traffic separates him. I remember the play against Carolina on the big post route, right, where the ball's laid out there. Russ lays it out there. He goes and gets it, and he really only gets a couple of his fingertips on it, but unbelievable catch going to the ground. But more importantly, I'm just excited to see him. We'll get him up to speed, but he was awesome to have around, and I can't wait to have him back. And he gives Russ another fun toy to play with.
Assuming that he passes the COVID protocols and rejoins the Seahawks, he could be available for Seattle's final 2 games of the regular season against the Rams and the 49ers. And as the season gets deeper and deeper, the Seahawks continue to get healthier and healthier. Chris Carson back at running back last week. Of course, he missed 4 games with a bad foot. Russell Wilson says having Carson back makes the Seahawks more physical.
I think more than anything else, it gets us super physical. Obviously with Chris and Carlos, you guys saw the Arizona game. Carlos ran extremely well, so physical. Chris Carson's one of the best players in football. So anytime you get a guy like that on your team and out there playing football and doing his thing, it's an awesome to see. You always want your teammates and guys to be able to get out there, and we get to do this for a living. This is the reality. Is it's entertainment to you guys, and it's fun and it's entertaining for us. But it's also, our living, and it's a blessing to have it and to be able to do it and just to be able safe enough to get out there and just, God's blessed us with this ability. And I think with Chris, he's got so much talent. I mean, there's not anybody that has more talent than he does, I don't think, out there. I mean, the things that he can do, catching, running, throwing, jumping. Yeah, I remember the Carolina Panthers play where he flipped over the guy laying on his feet. I mean, I could never do that. So just watching all the things he can do. So to have him and his mentality and back out there is always a great thing.
Brian Schottenheimer, not surprisingly, he's happy to have Carson back last week, but he says any rushing yards are going to be hard to come by against the Giants come Sunday.
But I think you sum up Chris's game with the touchdown run on the little trap play that we ran, where really well blocked all the way across the board, really well blocked. But he was able to finish that run. He's just such a strong finisher. He's got a nose for the end zone. And that ignites a group. It ignites a unit, and it was awesome to have him back. But this is a really good run defense. They're really big inside. They got a lot of size. Linebackers do a nice job of dissecting runs, and Martinez is a really good football player. So another good challenge. Each and every week you face these defenses that have a handful of names, and the Giants have their names, but it's just a really sound, well-coached group that will be very difficult opponent.
Seahawks and the Giants, 1:05 kickoff at Lumen Field. Still got to get used to that. The game will be broadcast on Fox. The Washington men's basketball team still hasn't won a game so far this year. Utah got the better hand last night, a 14-point Utah Ute victory. Alfonso Plummer had 21 points. Timmy Allen, 14. Utah used an 18-0 run midway through the second half, and they pulled away. The final, as you see there, 76-62 in the Pac-12 opener for both schools. Quade Green tied his career high. He had 21 points, but the Huskies continued to struggle at the offensive end. They shot under 40% in all three of their games so far. Nate Roberts had 12 points and 13 rebounds. The Huskies made just 2 of 14 three-pointers in the second half. Huskies are 0-3 for the first time since the 2002-2003 season. They're off until next week when they host Seattle University. Husky football team celebrates Senior Day tomorrow in Seattle, even though the seniors get an extra year of eligibility because of COVID-19, but they're still going to salute their seniors anyway before they take on the Cardinal tomorrow. Huskies will try to remain unbeaten. 1 o'clock kickoff, Alaska Airlines Field at Husky Stadium. That game will be broadcast on Fox. The last time the Cougars played on a Sunday was the Aloha Bowl, and that was 32 years ago. For the sixth time in team history, it'll play a game Sunday afternoon at 4:30. They'll take on USC down in Los Angeles. The Cougars have been off since a loss to Oregon due to COVID-19. In fact, this weekend's game itself was moved to Sunday to allow more time for players to clear COVID protocols. Sunday, 4:30 on FS1. And here's our weekend schedule. For the NCWLF channel, Eric and his dad Dave will be mat side at Wenatchee High School. Big Nine Wrestling, Panthers and Wildcats, 7 o'clock tonight. Saturday, basketball doubleheader, Eastmont and Sunnyside. Grant Olson with the call. Girls at 2, boys at 7. And then Arch Ecker will bring us the action Sunday. It's Wenatchee Wild Twin Bill. The Wild hosting the Trail Smoke Eaters from the 24th and 25th of last January. We'll air both games on Sunday at 2 and at 7. And those are just some of the games that people are playing on this Friday. It is National Dice Day. It's National Sock Day. Nah, it's National Cookie Day. C is for cookie, yeah. The history of the cookie is very well known. Basically, it's tied in with sugar. Once sugar became readily available and fairly cheap, the cookie came right behind. It was invented in the 7th century in Persia. Then it spread throughout Europe because the Muslims took over Spain, and then the cookie kind of marched across the continent. It was by the 15th century, it was the most popular snack food in Europe, and then it crossed the Atlantic Ocean, and the Dutch settlers brought cookies and chocolate with them, and we're kind of into it. How many different kinds of cookies are there? I don't know, literally thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of cookies, I suppose, out there. Cookie. Love a nice warm cookie. How does the cookie crumble? Let me know, will you? Enjoy a cookie on National Cookie Day. And there are like cookie companies out there that have cookie specials. You're going to have to look them up. I didn't have that kind of time. 29 minutes after the hour. Today in history, happy 153rd birthday to the Grange. December 4th, 1867. 153 years ago, he was a farmer in Minnesota by the name of Oliver Hudson Kelly, and he founded the Order of the Patrons of Husbandry. They changed their name later to the National Grange of the Order of the Patrons of the Husbandry, and then they said, the hell with it, we'll just call ourselves the Grange. Not surprisingly, with the decline of farms, or farmers, I should say, Grange membership itself has declined a lot. Of course, 100 years ago, 150 years ago, a third of the population of the United States were farmers, a third. Now it's almost 1%. So yeah, We still have a lot of farms. We just don't have that many farmers anymore. Between 1992 and just a couple of years ago, the number of members in the Grange has fallen almost in half. But the state with the largest Grange membership, Washington State. There are 13,000 members of the Grange here in Washington State, so it's doing okay here, but not so good other places. But we love the Grange, 153 years old today. How do you feel about Burger King? It's 100 and, no, it's not 100. I think I ate a burger that was about 100 years old the other day. December 4th, 1954, 66 years ago today, the very first Burger King opened in Miami. Burger King, the last I checked, has 17,796 outlets in 100 countries. About half of those are located in the United States. It's the second largest chain of hamburger fast food restaurants behind the behemoth that is McDonald's. It's the fourth largest fast food chain overall, after Yum Brands, which owns Kentucky Fried Chicken, Taco Bell, and Pizza Hut, then McDonald's, and then Subway. We used to have, of course, 3 Burger Kings in North Central Washington. Now we just have the one in East Wenatchee. The one in Wenatchee's been long gone. The one in Leavenworth has been long gone, but they're talking about putting another Burger King here in Wenatchee in the not too distant future. We'll let you know. Musical history was made 64 years ago today, strictly by accident. The $1 Million Quartet, pictured on your screen. Left to right, Jerry Lee Lewis, Carl Perkins, Elvis Presley, Johnny Cash, and Marilyn Evans, who kind of snuck into the photo. It was a Carl Perkins recording session, and Johnny dropped by just to see what was going on, and Jerry Lee was scheduled to come in next, and Elvis was in town, and they all kind of gathered together. Jerry Lee Lewis, Carl Perkins, and Johnny Cash all had different stories about how the $1 Million Quartet actually happened. But for the first and only time, those 4 rock and roll legends gathered. The music didn't see the light of day until 1981. Pretty fascinating stuff. And Pan Am bit the dust 29 years ago today, December 4th, 1991. Pan American World Airlines was a behemoth. It was $1 billion a year enterprise. And beginning in the early 1970s, it just started the snowball effect, the OPEC, and it just, but at its height, Pan Am was the airline. It was the only airline you could fly from the United States to another country. They had the monopoly. United States to any other country in the world, you had to fly Pan Am. But they had the newest and best planes. They had the most experienced crews. Their pilots were considered the most highly trained and experienced pilots in the entire airline industry. The pilots were required to be bilingual to the countries they were flying to. The stewardesses were paid twice as much as any other stewardesses in the airline industry. They were required to be bilingual. They had to, if you were flying from New York to Rome, they had to be able to speak English and Italian. And their food was outstanding. And it all went for Pan Am. Oh well. Flying used to be cool. Now it's just a chore. Finally, birthdays. Max Baer Jr., Jethro Bodine from the Beverly Hillbillies. Jed Clampett's neighbor is 83 years old today. He is the last surviving member of the cast of the Beverly Hillbillies. The Beverly Hillbillies has not aged well. And poor Max Baer, because he played an idiot on national television for 13 years, was typecast. And he knew it. When the Beverly Hillbillies got canceled in the early 70s, he goes, I'm never going to be able to get a serious acting job again. So he became a director and a screenwriter, and a good one. Max Baer Jr., 83 years old today. And speaking of Hollywood legends, if you will, Jeff Bridges, 71 years old. Of course, he won the Academy Award for Best Actor for Crazy Heart, The Last Picture Show, Thunderbolt and Lightfoot, Starman, what a great movie, The Big Lebowski, Seabiscuit. Happy 71st to Jeff Bridges, 34 minutes after the hour. Mike Magnotti's opinion about Thanksgiving and Christmas, and my conversation with Allie Jordan. The Numerica Festival of Trees is going on right now. Allie will tell you everything you need to know when we come back. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on the NCW Life channel.
Green Motion e-bikes have rolled into Wenatchee. We've got fun, affordable e-bikes for the whole family. Portable e-bikes that fit right in the trunk of your car. Fat tire mountain bikes plus unique vintage style bikes you won't find anywhere else. Get some exercise with pedal assist or just cruise up to 20 miles per hour with the throttle. Starting under $1,000, Green Motion e-bikes are affordable fun for the whole family.
Highlander Golf Course is proud to announce their 2 new state-of-the-art full-swing golf simulators with over 80 courses of virtual golf to choose from year-round. Or try their Laser Shot simulated firearm program, or gaming with football, basketball, and much more. Enjoy Highlander food and drink service from their full-service bar and grill in the comfort of their simulator room. Call the Highlander Pro Shop to book your time at 884-4653. That's 884-4653. Experience the difference in Manson at Mountain View Lodge, where you can park and leave your car and your cares behind. Your winter package starts at just $109, featuring treats from the Coffee Cabin at Rio Vista, Wine Girl Wines, and the North Shore Cafe. Call Mountain View Lodge and Resort or book online. Stay the night. Your room is ready.
It's the Ford Built for the Holiday sales event going on now at Pat Armstrong Ford. It's the most wonderful time of the year at Pat Armstrong Ford. Our deals are built for joy. Get 0% APR for 60 months on a 2020 Ford Expedition, plus $2,250 trade assist and 90-day deferred payment. Dash in for deals and save by the sleigh load. Unlock your merry today at Pat Armstrong Ford. We are community strong in East Wenatchee.
Hi, I'm Jim Heinlein, independent agent at Springwater Insurance Group. And for next year's plans, there's some really special ones coming out. One in particular has no premium to it. 0 premium. That's pretty neat, especially if you're a veteran who has TRICARE or VA or CHAMPS VA, because you can utilize 2 plans at the same time. If you have questions about this and like more information, give us a call at 888-2600.
Hi, this is Rick Walkley, owner of Value Plus Medical Supply. We take pride in our excellent customer service. In the medical supply business, it's important to know and understand the wide variety of customers' needs. We have a fully trained staff to assist you, a registered nurse, an orthopedic tech, medical supply tech, and EMT. We want you to have the best information possible to make a good decision. People come to us with their problems, and we have solutions. Stop by Value Plus Medical Supply on Mission in Wenatchee.
Hey, this is Mike Mad Dog Magnotti, and everybody is entitled to my opinion. Now, the Christmas season is great, and I love it. I mean, celebrating Jesus' birthday with family, giving gifts, prime rib roast. I mean, what's not to like? And even the sappy Christmas music is great, too. I mean, I have to admit it. It sets the mood, and it gives a nice undercurrent to the whole Christmas experience. But not before Thanksgiving, okay? Jeez, recently, seriously. I was recently in a coffee shop 2 weeks before Turkey Day, and I had to listen to Bing Crosby moaning about ruining my life with snow. I mean, Christmas is great. Honestly, people, part of the reason Christmas is so special is because it only comes once a year. Knowing the nature of some people to overindulge, if we don't crack down on this thing, we're going to be hearing about Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer and Frosty sometimes in August. Have some restraint. This is Mike Mad Dog Magnotti, and that's my opinion.
Merry Maids of Wenatchee has been professionally cleaning and sanitizing homes and businesses in North Central Washington since 1998. Merry Maids uses commercial-grade cleaners and viricides. Merry Maids has implemented additional safety and sanitation protocols. They are strictly following CDC guidelines for the safety of their clients and employees. For expert help with cleaning and sanitizing your home or business, call or look up Merry Maids of Wenatchee to schedule your free estimate today.
Is search engine optimization right for my business? Maybe. Studies show the first and second search results get 50% of all the clicks. But you have to fight national chains to get there. If the user has to scroll down to find you, tough luck. You could hide a dead body on page 2 and the whole zombie apocalypse on page 3. Or you could spend less and get an ad in the Impact Big Print phone book, giving local businesses a chance to shine.
Impact Directories. Bigger print, better book.
When you call Dick's Heating and Air Conditioning, you get 35 years of experience and customer service in the Wenatchee Valley. Dick's friendly staff strongly believe in repairing before replacing and service all major brands of HVAC units. Dick's Heating and Air Conditioning is your local, independent, trained comfort specialists, proudly serving all of North Central Washington. Call 884-6444 today.
There are so many possibilities for you to learn local right here at Wenatchee Valley College. Take classes towards a degree or certificate in more than 50 areas of study. Wenatchee Valley College now offers a large variety of virtual classes, including labs, sign language, music, and machining, and they have the resources to help you succeed in virtual classes. So when a college degree is your goal, learn local at Wenatchee Valley College. Welcome back to Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. I am Dan Kuntz. It's the 20th anniversary of the Numerica Performing Arts Center. It's the 20th anniversary of the Festival of Trees, which is the primary fundraiser for the Numerica PAC. And COVID or no COVID, the show must go on, and it's going on as we speak. They rolled out the red carpet on the last day of November, goes all the way through this Sunday, the 6th, with the big Confluence Health Gala on Saturday night. Everything is different, and to walk us through how this year's Festival of Trees is going to be conducted is the gal who's putting it on. It's our friend Allie Jordan. Hi, Allie.
Hi, Dan. Thanks for having me.
You are physically, as we talk via Skype, you are actually at the Numerica Performing Arts Center, aren't you?
I am. I am on the stage with the Grand Trees.
And Skype doesn't do it any justice, but before this interview is over, we're going to have Allie move her computer or her camera around or whatever it is so you can look at some of these gorgeous 9-foot tall trees. That 9-foot tall trees will be a great addition to anybody's house, provided you buy them and win them, of course. All the viewing and all the bidding, everything this year is virtual. There's no getting around that. So you've been toting that barge and lifting that bale. How's it going so far in this virtual Festival of Trees?
Things are going well. We are just really excited that, especially given it's the 20th anniversary, both for the PAC and for the Festival of Trees, that we were able to put something on. Obviously, in an ideal world, everyone would be able to come down and view the trees. But like I said, we're just so pleased to be able to put this on this year and have the support of the community and our sponsors and offer some holiday cheer and spirit and get everyone in a positive mood.
Yeah, it's a shame we can't see it in person, but it is what it is. But we do have the World Wide Web, and that will allow you to participate as much or as little as you want in the Festival of Trees. Let's start out with the actual, the bidding on the smaller items, the small trees and the wreaths, and the things that some of these people put in so much time and so much effort. Some of them have really cool themes or Seahawk wreaths and trees and stuff like that. How does one go about bidding and buying?
So to go about bidding and buying, you can visit our website, numericapac.org, and there's a little button in the right-hand corner at the top of the page that says Festival of Trees, and there are links on that page that will redirect you to our auction site, and there you can register for free under the ticket page, which will allow you to bid on the classic trees, mini trees, and wreaths. So you can still participate and view them. If you don't have the means or aren't looking for a tree this year, you can still view them. But yeah, you can bid by visiting numericapac.org.
And some of these mini trees and wreaths that have been themed out, and some people really got creative this year. Some of the bidding has already gotten up pretty good on some of the more the wreaths and the trees that people really want. I'm surprised about how some of these they've gone $200-300 a pop.
Yes, so we have some really amazing designers, and the trees, yep, people are bidding on them, and they're getting up into the couple $100 range, and so you just got to get on there and view and then get your bid in. We've got some really fun stuff. There's a Peanuts 50th anniversary Charlie Brown tree that's really cool and has a lot of plush dolls to go with them, and and tons of classic trees upstairs that if you walk by the pack, well, it's the pack lobby on Wenatchee Avenue, you can kind of look through the window and see. So we tried to scoot those trees up so that if you were shopping downtown this holiday season, you could still get a glimpse of those classic trees in person.
And again, a lot of these things are themed out. You mentioned the Peanuts mini tree. There's a wreath for hunters. There's a Seahawks tree. There's a cougar tree. And there's a lot to choose from.
There are. So we have about 30 to 40 mini trees and wreaths, and then we have about 15 classic trees. And there are some really cool themes. One of the classic trees is Crazy and Wild 2020, and it's kind of jungle themed, and that is really cool. There's one that's Comfort and Joy, and they put a ton of very soft neutral tones with theirs, and a tree and a little fireplace. And there are ones that are To All a Good Night and come with nice soft rose pink colors and blue. So lots of just something for everyone, lots to choose from.
In years past, I was very, very proud to put on my tuxedo and be the master of ceremonies for the big Confluence Health Gala. Now this year, it's still going to happen on Saturday night, but it's going to be a virtual gala. Walk me through how that works.
Yes, so we will still have auctioneer Cody Hodge with us here on the stage, and he will have the trees with him, and it will be a live streamed virtual gala, semi-interactive, so you don't have to worry about being seen. You will log on to that auction site that I mentioned earlier, and you can do that again through numericapac.org. And it will be similar to a Facebook Live where Cody will be there, and there will be a chat box below for attendees to chat with one another. And then to the right of the screen, on the screen, will be the item that's up for bid. And then below that will be a bid box where you can hit bid if you would like to bid on that item. And when you do hit that, Cody will be able to see it pop up on the screen. So that's how he'll be able to stay engaged and see where items are in terms of price.
And some of the other traditions of the Festival of Trees Gala, the big virtual gala brought to you by Confluence Health, you're still going to be doing the Raise the Paddle and a few other little odds and ends like you would be if we were all gathered together, correct?
Correct. We will have Raise the Paddle in case you would just like to donate, or maybe you didn't win the tree that you were hoping to win and you still would like to donate. So we'll have Raise the Paddle. We have golden tickets, so we still have those golden tickets available. So if you purchase a golden ticket, it enters you into a drawing, and if your ticket is drawn prior to the bidding on Saturday, you get to choose any one of the live auction items, including one of the trees if you'd like to take home before anyone gets to bid on them. So that's really neat.
I like that. That's a good idea.
Yeah, it is a great idea, and it's pretty competitive. Lots of people are getting their tickets purchased, and you can do that through Saturday morning for the golden tickets. And then another little item that I pulled from the Little Black Dress Party that we usually hold on Friday night is Harry Ritchie's has been generous enough to donate the last several years a piece of jewelry for the Champagne Quest that is given away at the Little Black Dress Party. So this year I'm calling it the Ticket Quest. So if you register for a purchased ticket instead of a free registration, at the end of the gala, we will draw someone's name that purchased a ticket, and they will receive the piece of jewelry from Harry Ritchie's that they donated this year. And it's worth $1,100, and it is this beautiful chocolate pendant. So yes, lots of fun stuff.
We're going to take a look at what's behind Allie as she is at the stage, the Wilford Woods stage at the Numerica Performing Arts Center. But before we do that, something just popped into my head. You win a wreath, or you win a mini tree, or you get one of the big spectacular trees that are behind you on the stage. How does one go about getting them?
That is a great question, and I'm glad you asked. So we will have curbside pickup Sunday for the classic trees, mini trees, and wreaths starting around noon, and we will be in touch with the winning bidders via email. And then the winning bidders for the grand trees will start a little bit earlier in the morning since there's fewer, and those will be ready to go curbside as well. starting a little earlier in the morning on Sunday, and we'll be in contact with those winners via email as well. So everything will still be curbside.
The grand trees that are behind Allie, we're going to take a look at them in just a minute. Those will all be claimed by the time the gala is over on Saturday. But the auction for the mini trees and the mini wreaths goes through what time on Sunday for those competitive bidders? They're going to have 4 or 5 computers up and they're bidding on different things. When's the absolute deadline? You can't bid anymore on any more wreaths or mini trees.
The drop dead time for bidding on the classic trees, mini trees, and wreaths will be 10 a.m. on Sunday.
And then
so
that's
get
it.
Those bids in, and that's it.
Okay, so let's take a look at what you got behind you there, Allie.
So we have a little bit more traditional farm tree over here, and it has red truck themed to it. And then it comes with all of the items. And this is sponsored by Dave and Sandy Galatly. We had a lot of board support this year. And then this is our Shop Local Support Small Business tree, more so than anything from Libkey Insurance. And it comes with a ton of local gift cards. We really went local this year, but really heavily on that tree. And then this is kind of a gold tree that comes with some reindeer for your yard, and it also comes with a $1,250 Alaska gift card voucher, among other things. So that's kind of cool. And that is sponsored by Sunny FM and Getz Bailey and Yale Accounting. And then this is our champagne tree. We have everything you see, and then a big item for this was we got a case of Karma champagne to go with the champagne tree. And this is sponsored by Mike and Sheila Salmon. And then we have our wine and dine tree. So it's kind of cranberry themed and accented. And it comes with about 4.5 cases of wine and a bunch of gift cards for dining locally. And it also comes with a Coravin wine opener. It penetrates the cork, but it doesn't open the bottle. So you can taste the wine and sample the wines without having to open the whole bottle. And we figured that would be fitting for a tree that came with 4.5 to 5 cases of wine. Yeah, so lots of wine with that. And some of it was from Martin Scott, some of it is from Horan Estates, and a ton from the board. So lots of different stuff this year, but very local. So we're happy about that.
You mentioned all of the sponsors for the grand trees. You want to do a shout out for Santa's Little Helpers. Dave and Natalie Noyd, North Cascades Bank, Cascade Auto Center, Weinstein Beverage, the Classic Tree sponsors, Christina Webb, Peggy White. Carla did 3 trees, is that right?
She did 3, she did 3 mini trees and 4 classic trees.
Wow, For the Love of It did 2 trees. Weinstein Beverage, Wenatchee Apple Sox, Wenatchee World, Jeffers Danielson, Colleen Fry, good stuff. Guild Mortgage, they're all on board. They're all big fans and big supporters of the Numerica Performing Arts Center. So let's wrap up where we began, Allie. We're taking everybody to the website, numericapac.org, numericapac.org, and you're down the road from there. And let everybody know one more time how everything is going to operate between now and Sunday morning at 10 a.m. I'll let you have the final word, Allie Jordan.
Thank you. So visit numericapac.org and register for free to view all of the trees or to bid on the classic trees, mini trees, and wreaths, and then get ready for the Confluence Health live streamed, virtual, semi-interactive, no one will see you gala on Saturday, December 5th at 6:30, and then you can pick up your winnings, whether it's a classic tree, mini tree, wreath, or grand tree, starting at noon on Sunday, and all your bids have to be in by 10 a.m. on Sunday unless you get one of these grand trees on Saturday night.
Which is really the way to go. Get yourself a golden ticket. It's like an insurance policy.
Exactly. Get those golden tickets. I'm telling you, they're worth a lot.
Allie Jordan, it's so good to see you. Wish I could see you in person. We love the Numerica Performing Arts Center. It's been a tremendous addition, not only to the Wenatchee Valley, but the downtown area as well. And so I'm glad to see the Festival of Trees, COVID or no COVID, continues. And again, it's going on right now. You can log on anytime you want, sign up anytime you want. You can do it in the middle of the night if you want. And I hope you have a really good weekend. Hope it goes well.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Say hi to everybody down there, even though you're all by yourself. But I miss working with the crew at the PAC. They're all pros. I miss working with them as well. Allie, it's so good to see you.
Good to see you too, Dan.
And you're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. We'll be right back. Contractors, furniture makers, and weekend do-it-yourselfers around north central Washington will tell you that Lombard's Hardwood Supply is the place to get what you need. Lombard's full millwork shop can handle jobs large or small. Lombard's has a full line of interior and exterior doors available, as well as custom barn doors. From alderwood to zebrawood and everything in between, it's Lombard's Hardwood Supply on School Street in Sunny Slope. Like us on Facebook and check out our monthly special.
It became painfully clear that it was time for a new hot water heater. So found there are two different kinds of water heaters on the market today. There's the old kind, and now they have a new one. It's a heat pump water heater. It's considerably more energy efficient, but it costs a lot more. That's when we discovered that the Chelan County PUD was giving $800 rebates for the heat pump water heater. Now, they're basically the same cost. It only took me a couple of minutes to fill it out, and about 6 weeks later, I got a check back. Pretty cool.
Bring the whole family up to Stormy Mountain Brewing and local public house in historic downtown Chelan. Applewood smoked brisket, street-style tacos, and our award-winning barbecue rubs and sauces. Our meals pair perfectly with our exciting lineup of craft ales, made right here in Chelan. We've got room for big groups, or give us a call for catering. So grab the kids and check out the fun at Stormy Mountain Brewing and local public house located in the heart of Chelan.
Hello, North Central Washington. I'm Dave Tosh, Executive Director, Wenatchee Valley Senior Activity Center, and I'm excited to announce a new variety show entitled Vibrant Living, brought to you by the Senior Center. And I think you'll find it educational, informative, and a lot of fun. Join us in early November for the new program, Vibrant Living.
And we are back, getting ready to wrap up a Friday edition of Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on a drop-dead gorgeous Friday morning. Beautiful sunrise right now. It's still chilly. It's only 22 degrees. But right now, the big weather story is what's going on out in the Columbia Basin. It is very, very foggy. I just looked at the DOT cameras at the Quincy rest area right at the top of the Trinidad Hill. You can't see anything. And then I went out and looked at all the Moses Lake cameras from the Department of Transportation. Just thick fog, very dense, and it's very hard to see, and that's never good, not knowing where you're going. And that's going on pretty much all over the Columbia Basin, but it's especially troublesome basically from Vantage all the way to Moses Lake and all the way really into Ritzville. That's about a 100-mile stretch of I-90 where you can be cruising right along, you don't have any fog at all, and then boom, right into a fog bank. So the dense fog advisory is going on right now along the I-90 ribbon of highway, specifically in the Moses Lake area, but it's also affecting Ritzville and all the way into George. And obviously, as I just mentioned before, Quincy, quite a bit of fog. Ephrata, dealing with some fog. So if you're heading out in the Columbia Basin, visibility is a bit of an issue. All right. As far as the forecast is concerned, this is going to be the last day. We're going to see some sunshine in the afternoon, and then the cloud's going to get the upper hand. We still have the air stagnation advisory. That continues until 10 o'clock on Tuesday morning. The ridge of high pressure is large, and it is in charge. So the weather is very stable. Nothing really happening out there. We get the low clouds and fog in the morning, sun in the afternoon today, but that's going to change. As you can see, Saturday, Sunday, and really on into Monday, the clouds and the fog aren't really going to be burning off. The sun, of course, is not quite at the ankle it would be to be able to get that job done. So unfortunately, we're going to see fairly cloudy skies on Saturday and Sunday. I guess the best way to put it is kind of gray weather for Saturday and Sunday, really spilling on into Monday and Tuesday. The next anticipated system that could possibly change things up isn't going to happen until Tuesday on into Wednesday. So our long period of nothing really happening continues. You're fine in the mountain passes, no advisories, no restrictions, no snow in the forecast. And don't forget you have that stage 1 burn ban up in the Okanagan Valley. That's it for us. We'll see you Monday. Take care. Bye-bye.